Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy.
All right, so we got another episode of, this is going to transition from Fullbuddy Cast Fantasy Football, where this season we've talked about like how to have a league. What do your rules look like? What is picking up and dropping and yada yada yada? And we'll still have a football theme, but we're going to start moving our transition into just talking about random crap, and then having also kind of I want to do, and some podcasts do that. I don't care about stealing stuff. In my, I'm not creative. I'm not a creative person, so we're going to start doing our own types of drafts in general. Like, what would you say is the, if you could pick anything, like best burger, like, best fast food, best anything, best road trip destination, all sorts of things as we get going on here. Okay. And these guys will be off the cuff. Actually, you know what? You guys are very prepared. So maybe, would you guys want a heads up on some of the topics so you guys could prepare a little bit more, or do you like doing things off the cuff?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
My whole life's improv.
No, we were talking football, then I got to get prepared with my numbers, but everything else, I don't really care.
You don't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Went out the other night, got invited out by Brandon Burt and Anna Burt, and your wonderful, beautiful wife, Craig, got brought up. Carrie and Anna work together.
They do.
Do you ever get to hang out with them or see them, run into them? Do you guys ever do like any double dating or anything like that together?
We have not.
Are you a double date type person?
When have you been on a double date?
I'm not opposed to a double date.
Yeah, but you're talking when you and Kyle go out with somebody.
But Carrie tends to not want me to visit or talk to people that I don't talk to a lot because I don't care what I say.
Oh, so you just you're an open book.
Yes,
they know they find out who he is.
The truth. She's been talking you up. Yeah, he has like a bunch of overseas accounts, and he's always on adventures. I think he's skydiving right now. Instead, you're sitting there playing Cyberpunk.
Yes, very much.
So I'm playing Cyberpunk 2. Are you guys PlayStation nerds? Are you Xbox freaks?
I have a PS4 Pro.
Oh yeah, you're a nerd.
I'm Xbox.
I'm Xbox as well.
Oh, you guys are so cool.
Pound it. We just hit knuckles.
I think you did more than that, you weirdos.
Are you getting your refund?
I'm going to put in for one because it keeps airing out at certain points. I'm having like this glitch. I've played a lot, like hours into it, but there's a lot of glitches, a lot of stuff. Like, when you get phone calls when it pops up,
Yeah.
and the picture doesn't pop up, and it takes forever to hear the person. Like, it's just stuff like that.
I feel like, I'm probably not as far as you, and I don't know if it's the same glitches. When you play on two different platforms, are you experiencing the same glitch, or is it
I've heard
separate?
PlayStation has been worse, and I have the PS4 Pro, and I've heard it's even worse on the normal PS4 of how bad it is. I can get through play for a good hour, and then it just starts glitching out, and then it'll air out and kick me all the way back to the blue screen and send the error message in. I've had that happen 8 or 9 times already, where it kicks me out of the game completely.
Do you like? Well, okay. What about you?
I really haven't. I've had some glitches where it would kick you out of a game, but it hasn't been enough for me to be as frustrated as talking to Corey about it. I'm fine with what I got.
Would you guys buy it again if you? Obviously you're trying to get a refund, but let's say it comes out as it's good, like there's no glitches. Are you satisfied with the game that it was built up for, waiting for, getting pushed out?
I will play it all the way through, even because. So what ended up happening is I bought a physical copy that I was having delivered, and then it got delayed by FedEx for like a week. So I'm not waiting a week to play this game that I've been waiting for months and years for. So I just downloaded it off the online store, played it. So I have a physical copy sitting there I can play whenever I want if I get my refund from the online store. Anyway, and I'm hoping with these patches and that they just make these updates, I like the game.
Yeah.
When I'm actually getting to play it, so I look forward to it being fixed.
Yeah, for me, I'm not a huge, like, really into open world stuff.
Yeah.
As far as some of the other games, I've played it, but it's not really my thing. But when I saw this, I thought maybe this would be good for me, and I absolutely love it. And I would definitely buy it again.
So I'm kind of in the same camp as you, Craig, because it reminds me of Fallout. I love Fallout. It's also not overcomplicated because sometimes you'll play these first-person type roaming free world shooters, and you're like, okay, what is it that what buttons do I have to push to do this? And then you have to get that. Then you have to craft this and craft that. This has that. I mean, this has some of those things, right? It has crafting.
It has crafting. It's pretty in depth if you
wanted to get in depth.
I feel like I'm like maybe 10% into what I could do as far as the augmentations and stuff. And I've played it for a good amount of time, so there's a lot to it.
Now, the first bug I ever hit was the very first, and this is why I like it more than Fallout, because you can drive. I wish in Fallout you could drive. Can't drive in Fallout.
Yeah, it's kind of like
it's like
Fallout meets GTA.
And I was thinking Fallout meets Rage. I don't know if you guys ever played Rage.
I know what it is, but I never played it.
Kind of reminded me of that. But yes, GTA. The first time you're driving is pretty sweet. I did enjoy that, except I ran into a bug of a guy just sitting in the middle of the street, in the middle of the air, and I hit him, and then people started shooting at me.
Yeah, because you got a warrant for the pedestrian.
And I'm like, what the heck? This guy's sitting.
Let me ask you this. Do you change the camera angle when you're driving? Because I cannot drive from the first person.
I've tried. Yeah, I've tried first person. So I have changed it, but no, it doesn't. I have to pull myself out. Yeah.
Are you first person?
I do.
You drive everything that way?
I do.
Even the motorcycle?
Yes, that's awesome.
You're a crazy man.
It's almost like you can't wreck.
Oh, really?
It's pretty hard to wreck the bike, though.
It is.
It lets you bounce off quite a few things.
I like it. I like making it harder.
I was surprised with the nudity. I will tell you that. Someone already said, I remember seeing Barstool or someone post about, you could get your penis size in there.
Oh, yeah, for the creative character.
You did the creative character, and I'm like, I thought it was just going to be like you'd see a bulge, like some underwear. Nope, you see the dong.
Well, you
could
turn it off. But,
yeah, you just put pants on.
Well, no, there's an option with nothing. You just turn off nothing. It's just underwear to start your character.
Is that what you did?
No, I had a female character to start.
Wait, are we one of those gamers that we?
What? I have two characters. I've started two different characters.
Wait. Your first one was a hot chick.
I made a chick and then I made a guy.
So were you the guy that played?
I've did on Fallout. I had a chick and a guy. I make one of each.
What's the war? What's the
World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft. Were you the guy with the big boobs running around, which was like
I don't know.
Starluck 6969?
I never played World of Warcraft.
I don't know why I knew that. I didn't play it either.
I never played it either, but
I do know it was called WoW because I had a buddy who played it a lot, and they had to like schedule times to go home to like do things on this game, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I gotta go play WoW."
Okay, so you do a girl one.
I do one of each, and then I'm playing the male character further through right now.
So I never created the female. Obviously, I created the male, and it was nude. Are the girls, when you create the girl, is she nude too?
Yeah.
Everywhere too?
Yeah.
Wow. And you got dong size.
Yeah, there's no options for the female.
Okay. I was like, what do you...
You didn't notice that when you were making your dong size, that you could actually
There's only two dong sizes that we're talking about.
You could do a vagina for a guy.
Yeah, you can do a dong on a female.
Oh, I never saw that.
Yeah, they let you do whatever you want.
I was more mesmerized by having this massive wiener.
You're just staring at the dong on the game.
I was.
Travis, you haven't gone forward in like a half hour. I just can't get by this creative screen.
You guys got a friggin' dong.
He's standing up next to the screen.
Does this look like me?
Just wheel the TV next to a mirror. I stand next to it.
Trying to get this as accurate as possible.
Yeah. Honey, come in here. I want to stand here. You tell me. I created my character like Riff Raff. My character was Riff Raff. He's got pink hair and he's got like you got some facial hair, the thin eyebrows, the crazy. Oh, he's got like a grill and he's got crazy guys.
Did you take out a picture of Riff Raff on your phone?
I already know what Riff Raff looks like. So I was like, this is perfect. Once I started kind of seeing what the style was, I was like, oh man, this is like Riff Raff would be the perfect character for.
My one complaint I have, and I hope they fix in the update, is so like I created the guy and I was playing, and I was playing as a corpo first, so I didn't give him a beard because he's obviously starting an office, right? So I was going to change it later. You can't change your guy after the first initial screen. You can't put a beard on him. You can't change your hair. You can't do anything.
Later on, you can't. Like usually in Fallout, you go to barber.
Yeah, you could do that barber.
Skyrim.
Even on Red Dead, you went to the barber.
Yeah,
or whatever.
right.
There's nothing in this game right now that lets you go change that after the
That's
first.
weird.
Yeah,
that's interesting. I couldn't figure out the clothing stuff either. I was finding I was ripping clothes off of dead people that I was killing and this and that, and then I'd bring it back and I'm like, should I wear these? Do I not wear these?
You go
It's
into
all
your,
levels
you
and
go into your
armor.
clothing and it tells you your armor levels and everything else.
like,
Oh, really?
So like I got a pair of cowboy boots, and then it let me put mods on them, so they were like over 100 in armor just for the boots because I put mods on these boots.
It actually gets to a point where it becomes pretty important knowing what you're wearing.
Really? Mm-hmm. You're gonna like the way you look. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
I guarantee it. The nudity though of pulling that girl out of that ice bath. Surprised by that too.
There's a lot more nudity than that in that game.
Are you serious?
There's quite a bit.
You can. There's love interest. You can do romance angles on this game.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, the one of your computer's overheating and glitching out.
But it's like that. Like Mass Effect had the same thing. There's a lot of games that do it like that.
I like it that you don't have to be online with other people.
Yeah.
But is there a spot that I haven't got to that's going to be some sort of open
No,
world with
I
other
heard
people?
They're
diving in?
saying a
If
couple
they do
years,
multiplayer,
they might,
it'll be
but
later.
It's not now.
Gotcha.
There's no co-op or anything.
I'm so cool without co-op.
Yeah,
Believe
I
it
never
or
played
not,
co-op anyway.
it's like when Fallout 76, when they changed to Fallout 76, I was like, well, it's a Fallout, so I got to get it. But I didn't enjoy the experience at all.
Downloaded the beta. I tried it once, and I was I'm not playing this. It's the same problem Red Dead has online.
Yeah.
You have you
People
go out
just
there,
kill ya.
you just get shot, and you're like, this isn't any fun.
And I was so excited for Red Dead going online because I was like, because I had enjoyed the original Red Dead when they had Red Dead zombies. Remember on the original Red Dead where they would do the zombie
Yeah.
That was fun. And then I was like, okay, cool. And then we could be a gang. I had other people: Joe Brassard, Eddie Lausch, Mike. Just throwing names out now. Mike McCullough, and we were a gang. And like within the first 2 minutes, we just got swamped by somebody and they just destroyed us.
If they set up rooms and servers to where like you almost had like a private room and you got 10 guys you can go play, then it would have been a lot different than
right.
just like you're in this world when they put you with whoever.
Yeah, if you were always with those people.
Yeah.
Like always. You never had just people spawning in and
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Craig?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big co-op guy, so I don't know what I would think. I mean, some of that stuff, like I'd never played those co-op games. You played Division?
Is that Clancy's?
Yep.
Yeah.
And see, that's a co-op online, but you can't. You're not killing other. You couldn't. You don't really.
The co-op version like that is basically the same as like playing Borderlands co-op. Isn't
Correct.
It? So
Exactly.
there's nobody else in your game. It's just
You can see
and
them. You're roaming around. You can see other players online,
They
but you're
can't
not
do anything.
interacting with
Yeah.
them unless you choose to, like go join a race or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So they can't just come up to you and kill you,
Yeah.
even though you see them.
I hate that.
Yeah. Like
What-
I just want to go get a drink at this bar in Red Dead, and I get shot trying to go into this bar.
Yeah. People's running by shooting you. And then you got the NPCs there too that are like falling, screaming. You walk into you get done having a shootout with somebody that is attacking you first, and then you go into a bar and like all the women you're like, I was getting attacked. Like I gotta explain myself to these computer people. Like, this guy hit me up. I'm sorry. I just wanted a drink. I want to hang out. I want to trade some furs in to get some other things.
Your pictures on the wall. You're banned.
I think when it comes to video games now, the thing that I don't like, there's just too many of them. Like there's just so like I remember being a kid, and there was a handful of games, Double Dragon, like type of things, Zelda, any sort
Contra.
of it's things that even when you got into Super Nintendo and then the Nintendo 64, I mean, obviously more games were coming in to play, but you didn't have a ton to choose from. And now it's like there's another video game dropping like every friggin' week.
You just got to be picky.
Well, plus you have your, if you want to call it a franchised,
Right.
where it's a yearly thing. You know, you never had games like that before.
Right. And now you just built on top of it.
Yep.
So you've got this franchise, and it's like, holy cow. I want to take a year. I've already determined this in my life. My retirement, my kids are going to be like, so what are you going to do, Dad? Get an RV, travel the world? No.
Playing Madden tournaments?
I'm going to play all the games that I couldn't play when I was like 45, and I'm not there yet, but I'm like, 39.
You guys have ruined my video game years.
You guys are the worst.
It won't even work anymore.
Yeah,
it'll be like Oregon Trail on the floppy disk.
Yeah.
It'll be built into your head like Cyberpunk by then.
Oh, that'd be so fun. That'd be so fun.
Shards.
I still want the holodeck from Star Trek.
What's that?
Like you basically...
You just got super nerd on me. Right?
It was called the holodeck, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Pretend now you don't know.
No,
He
He looked at me funny when I said it. It's like a room they would go into, and then you hit a button, and you're in a different world, and it's basically like you're in that world but you're there.
Okay, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. See, now who's a nerd? You're into it.
The game that I wished was franchised, and it never came out with a second one. And it was like pretty much the only one that was good, other than like Bart versus the World. I like Bart versus the World in regular Nintendo.
Earthworm Jim.
No, Earthworm Jim was good
There's
too.
a second one.
That was my.
Was there?
Yeah.
Oh.
When I bought a starter, when I not bought one, like I was a kid, when I was given like a gift, those big pullover starter Sonic ones.
You had an Earthworm Jim starter jacket?
No,
But that would be amazing.
But I was, believe it or not, now I'm like pushing 250. I am back then. I remember in 5th grade, 6th grade, I was like not even 100 pounds. I was a rail, and so wearing this big puffy jacket as a rail, skinny neck, all that. I got the nickname Earthworm Jim on the school bus one day, and it just stuck. I was Earthworm Jim for quite a while. Wait, what's going on with that?
I think it should still be. That's an amazing nickname.
From this day forward.
Yeah.
Way better than Lenny.
What's up, Earthworm?
Oh, by the way, apologies. We had this whole Brad thing, and I don't know what happened to the computer. But
Mariano Rivero was very upset that he didn't get to finish and hear his shout out at the end of that.
we cut. It was like gaps of like 2 minutes of nothing but space, and I'm like, oh gosh, like we had a whole Brad, like 20 minutes of Brad.
I just thought maybe he was tired of listening to us and said, "Oh, did he make the final cut?"
Yep. I'm just going to go ahead and edit down right here.
No, it was like there was nothing salvageable, and I felt so bad. But we're not going to get to Brad yet or Mariano Rivera yet, but we will. What I was going to say was the Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run was an absolute amazing game.
The one at Godfather's?
No, it was
Arcade game at Godfather's?
that was fun
remember that
too.
game.
No, this was his PlayStation 2 open world. You were Homer. You could be others too if you needed to be, but you were mostly Homer, and you could drive anywhere. The whole town was open to you. It was an amazing game.
Was it a Sony game? Is that why it was on PlayStation?
Might have been.
I don't like the triangles and O's, so I can't play PlayStation.
Yeah, the buttons aren't different. Just what's on the button hurts my brain.
That's a B. Where's my B at?
I can't figure this controller out.
Anyway, any more video game talk? I love talking video games, so I'm cool with it. But if you wanted to move on,
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I'll talk about anything.
okay. Let's talk about Brad. Let's bring Brad back into this. Brad, we had a heart-to-heart with him the other night. I shared the story last time. We talked about it last time.
We did.
And it just never got recorded. So Brad had a very, I think this is when it came out that you mentioned Lenny to me or something like that. Or maybe I saw him at like Cole Street and it was like, "Hey, Lenny." And I was like, I can't believe this guy's calling me Lenny right now. And if you don't know, if you ever heard this before, I don't like the team or the name or the team. If there's the team of Lenny's out there, I don't like them. But Lenny is not a nickname that I like. It has stuck because of fantasy football with the friends that I enjoy, but I don't like random people calling it. But you know what? Brad earned with Brad's story. He can call me Lenny whenever he wants because we talked about him. Now, I didn't know this. When we sit down and talk about stupid stuff all the time, we have no clue what's going to catch on, what's going to be a kind of a trendy, funny inside joke for Fullbuddy cast people. In fact, there's a group of girls that call themselves the Fullbuddy cast, and they're on the Enumclaw discussion board, and I almost wanted to kill them over the weekend. We're not going to talk about that, but I was so mad. I was so mad.
We know.
I almost had a mouth. Yeah, you guys.
I'm on your side, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You can't be posting a Photoshop of me having sex with another dude and expect something that.
That was photoshopped? I thought it was real.
Well, that was also the problem too. And I like how we're talking about Brad, this nice soft moment. And I'm like, this is gonna be having sex with another dude.
I heard there was video.
It was a GIF. How do they do that?
just over and over.
Oh, no. Terrible sound effects over there, by the way.
All right, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, so Brad,
back to the tenderness.
this is where people are going to be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe they just talked about that." And there's this nice. So Brad, I see him. I'm hanging out with Carrie, and then of course Craig shows up. And no, I was kidding. We're all drinking at Cole Street, and Brad's there. Actually, I think I walked into their conversation and just took over, which Carrie loves. And anyway, Brad's like, "Hey, I wanted to say, like, you guys are having me crack up, and I don't know if you know this, but I was driving in. My mom was in the hospital driving in. She was on life support, and I was going to be, making the decision to pull the plug, which is I'm hearing this going like I'm like my." Like everything starts sweating. Like I'm like, oh my gosh! Like I'm speechless. I can't even put myself in that frame of mind to even put myself there. So he goes, I was listening to that episode, and it's you, Craig, and Corey. You guys are talking. The Lenny thing came up, and I was laughing. I'm driving. Like I was just like, it helped me take my mind off of things. And I'm just sitting there just going, when I started this dumb podcast 4 years ago, it was just to be a dumb podcast. And for just that brief moment of all the hours and all the editing and all the recording and all the just hassles of everything, just for that car ride that Brad had, that made it all worth it. It was amazing. It humbled me in a way where I was just like, I can't believe that. So shout out to Brad. We actually had a lot of Brad stuff we were talking about. But I don't know. What'd you think when he said that?
Well, I mean, it caught me off guard. He hadn't mentioned that to me either, and I thought it was a pretty big deal. He was just in the car. I mean, he was with his brother, who had never listened to us before.
Oh, so wow.
So they were both. He was telling us they were both laughing, and I. Not that I think that what we do, joking around, is going to help people like that mostly. But at the same time, I'm glad it did at that point.
You never know.
Me too.
You never know what's going to touch somebody or take somebody out of what's going on in their mind.
True.
So,
how bad would it be if someone's like, "Hey, I heard your dad was in the hospital. Check out this podcast."
He'll take your mind off of it because these guys are random idiots.
I remember Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Brad had a lot of stuff going on. Brad's meat. We talked about Brad's meat.
We did
a lot about Brad's meat, but like how he likes to cook meat.
Correct.
And him and Joey should have a cook-off at some point.
That maybe should.
Would you want to be taste testers of that? Would you be down with
I'm not sure. I love eating meat, but I'm not a taste tester because I don't want somebody to look at me and be like, "You're dead wrong." I don't know if I could do that.
I feel like they would both cook it, and I'd be like, take a bite, and be like, "That's good. That's good." And then their guy, he'd be just, "That's good too."
Yeah, wow, both really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
You know what? Good job, guys.
No, but I would be the guy that would just keep that food test going on. I'd be like, I don't know, man. I probably need another bite over here real quick.
Well, you got to get a plate.
Or
just get a plate of it.
Oh, you guys cook ribs? Well, next week we should add to that. Maybe
No, it's all
get some brisket.
all at once. You
Double or nothing?
You have to cook a meat, a side, and bring a dessert or something. That's the competition. I'll try them all.
Carrie hates everything. We talked about how Carrie hates everything.
Well, she was talking about you. But
Yeah,
yes.
I'm the everything.
She
Brad's
hates Earthworm Jim.
Brad's nub, which is also Brad's snub. We just talked about Brad's meat. Brad's snub. What was the? Oh yeah,
His
Carrie-
rub.
No, Carrie wouldn't introduce him to anybody. Like, I think even your sister or her sister showed up. And now Brad's married and all that. We're not looking to hook him up, but it was just like standing there and like, no, like, oh, by the way, this is Brad, who's the guy who's standing like 4 feet or 2 feet.
Awkwardness.
Oh, yeah. So awkward.
Did he introduce himself?
At one point,
by the way, I'm Brad.
Yeah.
at the end, like after like the 5th time of the sister walking up and talking to us, he's like, I'm Brad, by the way. That was pretty good. We also talked about, I made fun of you because you were a nerd earlier in this podcast.
You did.
But
Just over and over again.
if you didn't know this, Craig, the biggest nerd of them all. We have to go through this painful conversation again.
Why? I don't even know why it has to come up.
Harry Potter Land.
It was his favorite.
Was it fun?
It was fun to watch Carrie and the kids enjoy it, but being there looking at weird people, no, it was not fun.
Were you looking in a mirror?
He's lying. He's lying. He bought a wand and he was doing like magic.
Dude, we bought a wand because Sid. This was 4 years ago, so Sid wanted a wand,
4
and we're
years
going
ago?
around. You point wand at a mirror or a like light, and the light comes on. I'm like, ooh, the wand did it.
No, the wand did do it.
Oh, sorry.
What did you just do?
We're on a roller coaster!
Oh! It's okay. We're outside running very quickly.
The fire's on! We've got the sprinklers raining down on us right now! This podcast is fire!
I'm soaked.
Hey, turn that nozzle! Okay.
I fixed it. Don't worry, guys. I found that nozzle turned off.
Wow, that was fast.
I take my wand joke back.
That was fast. That was a ghost.
That's what happens when you lie on a podcast, Craig.
Fine, I loved Harry Potter Land. I loved it. It was the greatest week of my life.
The wand was for me. I still play with it sometimes.
Are you guys happy? Watch, all this is not even recording.
That's how he watches football games. He uses the wand. He tries to make his players do things.
Well, it's been garbage this year.
Yeah, that's been breaks it in half. Doesn't even work. It's coming back.
Slowly. Don't move.
Give me a second while I mess with this thing for a moment.
Brought to you by your sponsors.
Sponsors are Cole Street.
And we're back.
Then go down and get yourself a Hollenbeck Chalupa. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, go hit up Cole Street. I feel so bad I haven't had Sean on forever. But I got to tell you, this guy is the hardest guy to like nail down for a moment.
Well, he's busy.
He's so busy. He's a one-man crew.
He's wiry.
Shout out
You
to Chris
can't get
Struley.
him. He's a wiry dude.
And yeah, now I can understand why he doesn't like set his lineup. Like, I feel like this guy is like the busiest guy in the world.
He's just fighting the power.
Fight the power.
Yeah.
But yeah, so shout out to Sean. Go see Cole Street. By the way, shout out to some of these people that actually went and did that. That was a surprise. I get tagged in this. Fullbuddy Cast gets tagged. It's at Cole Street. Shekinah, I work with her. She's come to the Bordeaux Wine Bar live events, and she took her sisters. They were going to hit downtown, and she tagged herself in at Cole Street and got the VIP treatment. So that's fun.
Nice.
That is fun for me.
And you got to see Sean. I mean, it's one reason to go there in itself.
Sean is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a fun guy. He's a great guy. And you guys didn't know each other in high school at all, right?
No.
We met through poker, didn't we? Isn't that
Yeah,
he started
through
playing poker? Yeah.
How was that? Like who brought who? Like he's just like, well, oh,
Jason
He
didn't
came with Jason and Garrett, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
and then through that, would you say that you're the better friend to him? You see him more often, or
I think that we generally see him more often now because we go down to Cole Street more than a lot of other people do.
yeah.
So
Plus, you can get, your kids are teenagers, like they're older teenagers
Correct.
now, and so you can actually go do things, go out and about more.
yes, correct.
What else was I going to say? What else were we going to talk about? I had another. Oh, football. We got to talk about football a little bit. Fantasy football. A little bit. You okay with that?
I don't care about fantasy football. I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's go.
Have you guys done any of the draft pick trading yet?
I traded my whole team away for draft picks.
What was like 2 weeks ago?
Our
Like
deadline
5
was-
weeks ago.
Our deadline was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
To start it, right?
No,
To end
end
it.
it.
What's the one where you can't do anything until now? I thought there's a thing going on right now. You have to wait until week 10 before you can do anything.
No, it was week like what was it?
This year
8
was-
through 12, I
yeah,
think.
yeah, something like that.
Was that
Oh, so it's week. Oh, so you have a 4-week window.
Yeah.
to trade draft picks?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
So is there, as the commissioner, are you like getting texts like deadline is this night by 7 p.m. Do you honor little photos that people took and
No.
it's like it's got to be in?
Everything's automated.
It's like I see it before. If it's done on the website before the time closes, then it goes through.
So if someone's like on the side of the road, stranded, can't get connection.
They should have called me first
they're
and told me they were
SOL.
going somewhere.
Gotcha. Christmas. This is going to be a Christmas episode, maybe.
Should be.
When am I going to
Guessing.
release this? When am I going to release this? Have we talked about Christmas stuff a little bit?
A little bit.
We chose some Christmas movies last time.
That's right. That's right. What's your go-to Christmas gift for your dad? Like for me, it's a can of mixed nuts. He loves mixed nuts. Obviously we get him other things too, but
That's just all. That's all you. Every year, that's all you're getting.
and some socks.
These mixed nuts and the mixed nuts in the socks.
But it.
Give it to him.
But do you guys have like a go-to?
I think the go-to for a long time with him was birthday, Christmas. It didn't matter. He loved British Sterling. This
Cologne.
like
oh,
after it had to be
Aftershave,
aftershave. though.
aftershave,
Couldn't
that's
be the cologne. Had to be the aftershave.
okay.
British Sterling, and that was our go-to for life. If you couldn't figure it, it's just get him British Sterling.
And now it's just anything golf related or maybe some Marine Corps stuff, some retired Marine Corps stuff.
do you ever try to blend the two? Like here's some Marine Corps
For a while, we
like
did.
like a golf cover head.
Yeah, he got Marine Corps out because we were buying so many. Like for a while, every gift was like, "This has to do with the Marine Corps." He has so much stuff that he was like, "Okay, we can move on to something else now."
How about you guys? I mean, obviously you're like sponsored by the Colts right now, and then Eagles, but you got nothing Eagles on. Do you guys like if your spouse or relatives gift you like a Colts sweatshirt? Are you?
That's pretty much the go-to for people with me. That if it's anything Colts, that I'll display it or do something with.
Do you
it.
expect it at this point?
Yeah.
Do you like it, or are you like,
Yeah.
come on, give me something else?
I've actually tried to find Colts stuff that you typically wouldn't find just to give him something different.
Yeah, they try to find stuff that I've never seen before now because there's so much stuff that I have.
What's the weirdest thing that you've got?
I got a ton of different stuff. I don't even know what to do.
Like a toothbrush, or
I've gotten
got
pizza cutters, knives, toothbrushes. I got a 3D puzzle one year I had to put together of a helmet. You name it, I have it at my house.
I got him toilet seat
Wow.
toilet
Yeah,
seat
it's-
covers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anything and everything that is, they try to find it.
Then they get it.
Yeah.
For you, is it Eagles, or is it like what is the people that usually buy you? that one thing?
I don't have as much Eagle stuff as he does.
Right.
One, because I didn't have a separate room. He has a separate room for Colt stuff.
The Colt Shrine kind of an area.
But I mean, there's certain things where if my mom will get me something, she'll get me an Eagles, or she'll get him a Colts and me an Eagles, like the same stuff.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like we were kids still.
Yeah, he's like a 12-year-old
Yeah.
still getting.
Well, if one of us open it and it's like a Colts sign with like a football field, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," and then I'm like, "You're next." Yeah. Like 5 gifts later, it'll be Craig opening this Eagles thing. It's the same thing.
So they-
like
so-
we knew that was coming.
So they don't say like, "Okay, guys, open this at the same time."
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Not since we had to open our parkas back in the day.
Wow. We got drama on the old discussion board.
You got a fight going on.
Yeah, kind of got a fight going on. I'll have to check that out as someone who may or may not be the admin.
I'll talk you through it. What do you need?
Yeah. Is this something we can fix right
We'll
now?
fix it right now.
I didn't have another mental breakdown, but I thought something else happened today. I saw a post by somebody that said it had it had 3 comments. I opened it. I only saw 2 comments. Now this happens occasionally when people will block you, or maybe you've blocked them. But if you're in a discussion board that you may or may not have created yourself, and you're the only one that can let people in, you're kind of wondering, how am I not seeing this? Like, should I be able to see everything, even people that may have blocked me? I should be able to at least see what's being posted or not posted and this and that. Well, then some time goes by. I see that there's been 17 comments. I can only read 14 of them. I'm counting them at this point. And I am like...
Detective work.
Now I'm starting to get a little upset. And
They're talking about me.
I may or may not have created this, and I need to know what this is saying.
So I hit up the Full Thoughty cast group. There's like 4 of these 5. I call them the bitch brigade. But
I need intel.
I need screenshots right now. What's going on? And they're like, oh my gosh, only week. Oh, and this is oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Well, we can only see 14 tell. And so it.
I'm disappointed you didn't ask us. We could have been intel for you. We're there.
Oh.
Well, you guys are kind of like the silent majority. I don't know if you're there or not. You're like, oh yeah, that thing. No, I actually was tired of getting notifications.
Well, I don't have notifications on. I can tell you that, but.
So
I haven't figured out how to turn it off.
I keep seeing all this stuff that I don't want to see over and over again.
So anyway, I actually hit up the person that actually posted it, who I had also deleted like someone may have deleted like 3 or 4 of their pictures the day before. And so, and when they had commented about it and said, how come these things are getting deleted? My thing was, well, maybe you have bad Wi-Fi, spotty. I don't know. Maybe it's just never getting posted. And I wrote weird. So I hit this person up. I don't know this person at all. Not even a friend, not even just a person. And I go, hey, real good job. I came in there like a manager. Hey, real good job drumming up the old support and getting the conversations going.
Did you do a compliment sandwich?
No, I didn't. It was an open face. I started with it and then I didn't. And I go, and I said, hey, can I get screenshots of those comments?
Is it a he?
Yes.
Okay. Did he come back with, oh, you must have spotty Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Did he? Yes. I don't know who this is, but I like him now.
Yeah, no, he was like, he said, LOL, aren't you the admin? Can't you see this? And I was like, haha, yeah, that's what I'm just trying to check things, but I'm not really the admin. I'm a volunteer, and I was playing off some jokes.
Volunteer. I spend my days volunteering on random forums.
Mark contacted me himself as a volunteer.
Yeah. Do you want to make sure this was won correctly?
and he said, haha, and then that was it. And like 5 minutes went by, and then I wrote, so about those screenshots. And then that's what he wrote back. He goes, sorry, bad signal, bad Wi-Fi, weird.
I like it.
And I said, ha, okay, thanks. But then I figured it out. It was that people were posting this, like a comment, and then not liking what they were trying, because it was like one of those things like, hey, if you post this, you can see this. It's like a GG, it's all pink. I don't get it. I didn't try it. I didn't want to try it. And they weren't getting their G's to turn pink, and so they would just delete it and try it again. So it looked like the comments were piling up, but they actually weren't. That's what I'm being told anyways.
Sounds shady.
Super shady.
I don't know how a GG's going to turn pink.
Dude, but I'm on friggin' edge with this thing right now. I'm on so much edge. And
you just step back.
But as someone who may be the admin or may not be the admin and the only one at that, then it's going to turn into just a shit posting. But I guess, like, people left. Like, I'm happy. There was like 90 people that left. They were probably tired of it as much as I was. It's a dumpster fire. It turns into a dumpster fire. And I'm the one standing there in my underwear with a garden hose trying to fight it.
Yeah, I would just let it go.
You
let it burn.
You did create this. He's like that guy that has pours gasoline on the fire, and then somebody throws a match on it and goes, how'd the fire do?
Yeah. It's in a different spot that I wanted it to be, but
it is. That's a great way of putting it.
It's a fire nonetheless.
This is the fire that I wanted. Want a little warmth. I didn't want to burn down my entire house.
You can't control them. There's no sense trying.
I can't even control this freaking recording thing. It comes in and out. It's a ghost. Anyway.
We just need to fix your brain for you.
Dude, my brain. Well, I'm taking a week off, taking a vacation. stay home. Probably gonna play some Cyberpunk, play some Madden, play some PUBG. You guys can get PUBG.
You need to read some philosophy, fix your brain.
No, that ruins my brain.
It'll help you, trust me.
You read Socrates?
No, I've read some philosophy to help myself, and it works.
That's Socrates.
What do I do? Yeah, what do I just go Google philosophy?
No, I have specific.
These are hardback books.
I have specific. Oh, you want to specifically go into this right now on here for you?
It's a rabbit hole.
Listen to this guy. Hold on, you got 5 minutes at
Yeah,
most.
I mean,
but it's like here I'm offering you this idea. Oh wait, what? You want to talk about this? Weird.
well, it's not a 5-minute conversation.
Sum it up.
It's Stoicism is a philosophy from ancient Rome that I started reading about, and it was very interesting.
How old were you when you started reading about it?
Like a couple months ago.
Oh.
And what it does is it's about perceiving things a certain way. Like the only thing you can control is yourself and your thoughts, right? So like you said something about like who the president is or what COVID is going on or what people say. You literally have no control over any of that happening.
That's why I don't vote.
The only thing you have control over is your thoughts and your reactions to those things. You don't have control of it actually happening. So why waste your time worrying about it? It's stuff like that.
This is why you remind me of my brother. Because he had a breakthrough when he was working at Sports Authority. And he was like 20. And he realized, he goes, I'm in control of my own thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, I can either make this next 8 hours miserable at my work, thinking about how much I hate my work and hate my job, or I can just enjoy my job in my own mental capacity and then know that it's going to be over and I can go back to playing video games.
It's a whole process of changing the way that you think about stuff that you can control it. And like it's the same thing. Like nothing in this world is good or bad. Okay? The only thing that's good or bad is your reaction to those things.
Well, wait.
so like-
Whoa. Now we're turning to Joe Rogan right now, but you're saying that there's nothing bad.
The only way it is bad is because you're perceiving it as bad. So like if you want to talk about death, okay?
No. Let's talk about rape. Let's go hardcore on this thing right now.
You're perceiving it as bad.
Because it's bad.
Yes, I know, but we're perceiving it. So we've perceived it as bad. So you've mentally perceived
Dude,
it.
this would be such a good thing to say to a judge, not for rape, but like if you're like you get caught for like speeding, and you're like, listen, my perception of what the speed
my
limit
perception is different than perception of other countries that don't think rape is bad. They have a different perception of what that is. Just like death, right? If somebody you love dies, you perceive it as bad because it's close to you. But if somebody kills a terrorist, you perceive it as good because they were a bad person. But it's still, death is death. Your perception is what changed it. That's all I'm saying.
So there's nothing good and there's nothing bad.
It's your perception of how you take
It's
things.
just
that
a
can control it.
perception of doing things.
See, Craig doesn't want to go down this hole because he knows that what I'll talk about.
This is good though. This is like a Werther's original that just pops in your mouth and you just kind of.
I got depth to me, man. I got depth.
You do.
I've had things that I've dealt with in myself that I've had to figure out on my own and work through things on your own brain, just like what you're talking about.
So you had little mental health.
I've dealt with anxiety for a long time.
Yeah. Okay. Were you there? Did you ever?
I've never had a panic attack, but I've been close to things like that.
Have you? Real talk. Either of you. I think maybe you might be more that. I don't think you have ever.
I don't care enough.
When was the last time you cried?
Like a week ago, I had to put my dog down.
Okay, that's rough.
Yeah, it was.
But prior to that,
probably, I have a lot going on, and I probably cried more in the last 3 or 4 months than I have in the last 10, 15 years.
really?
Yeah.
Wow. But you, Craig?
Wait. I mean, I don't think that the conversation that we're going down, I don't think crying is a bad thing.
Right, it's showing emotion. You kind of need that.
So I don't think that's part of.
I will agree with this because part of my problem for a long time was holding everything and not talking to people and just dealing with everything on my own and shouldering everything. And that's what builds up some of the anxiety and builds up some of this stuff is because you're just trying to hold on to all this stuff to be this what you think you're supposed to be. When you let go of all that, it becomes easier.
See, and I don't know. I think if we're talking real talk, I'm not the one that's going to get anxiety because I've already predetermined years and years ago the way that I live my life. And I don't want to say I don't care, but I let things roll off my back. Not a lot of things faze me at all. But then again, I don't think crying is part of that because I can sit and cry about something that is bugging me, but I don't think that's anxiety.
But it's your process though, because you've processed it and you cry, you process, and you be able to be done with it. Where some people can't.
Right.
You constantly, like there was a time where I was like an insomniac because I couldn't turn my brain off because I was wanting to plan everything, and the next day I had to do this and this, and I had to do it this perfect way, so this person didn't think I was an idiot. I had to do this, like your brain does that to its own.
Right.
And if you can turn it off and not have that, then yeah, you're not going to go down that anxiety road. You can process and be done. Some people aren't like that. Some people aren't wired to turn it off. And that's what I say. You have to retrain your brain. And that's the process that I was going down of how do I retrain my brain not to do this?
See, I'm more like you. I think my wife's more like you, Craig, because like, I'll be like, hey, what, man, I had like a zillion things in my brain today, and I want to talk about them all, but also thinking about even talking about them all exhausts me to even think about going, okay. She's like, well, how was your day? And I could sit there and just talk to her for 20, not even that short, like 45 minutes about everything I've thought about and all this and all that. Or I could just say, it's good. And then that just,
but how many times in a row for years can you say good,
right, and then
let that build and build and build and build?
And so then the next thing you know, you're whimpering. I asked my wife, I go, how was your day? And she'll tell me like, work stories, but like, so what do you think about when like the radio's off and the TV's off and you're driving or you're by yourself? Like, what are you thinking about? Like because that's where I get into like jump down rabbit holes and just into this and into that and thinking about this and thinking about and just like, and she's like, nothing. And I'm like, how do you just turn your brain off for like, I would love to turn my brain off for like 20 minutes.
I don't know how people do that either.
Yeah.
Like it's like, so I'll be at work and if I'm not talking to people, I have a lot of time of my own. I'm just stalking and doing stuff and my brain is I'm going down things that, like I said, don't make a difference in my life at all. But I'm spending this time thinking about it. And it's like the things of like how I would, if I was president, how I would fix this or what I would do. Just all these things.
Dumb stuff that
go down.
Never,
it never happens and doesn't even matter.
Right.
And it's just wasting my energy. And now it's trying to flip that of being like, why am I going down this road?
So 20 minutes, you're doing yard work, you're mowing the lawn. Wait, no, you kill your lawn on purpose.
I get what you're saying, mowing lawn.
Okay. What do you think? Nothing in your ear. No music.
I don't listen to music. Okay,
no podcast. You're not listening to anything. Just your own thoughts. What are you thinking about?
How full the bag is. I have to empty it.
Like really? Like just like monitoring what you're doing and kind of like, okay.
How much he loves his brother.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I don't sit if I'm by myself and think about stuff. I mean, I don't turn my head.
But you don't dwell.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I have times where I have a horrible day at work, or I did something and it's. But I associate that with a period of time. Let's say I take an hour, 2 hours, maybe a little bit longer, and then it's done. It's over with. You move on. And that's the way that I have to do it. Or I probably would
go down that road.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I learned a long time ago that...
Not worth it.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Exactly.
It's the same thing like with customers. Like when we used to have customers that would come in and just be horrible, bad customers, right?
Yeah.
I used to get pissed. They'd say some shit and I'd say some shit back. And I get mad. I'm like... And at a certain point, you're realizing I literally have no control of them coming in here and saying this to me.
Right.
Like, and I'm letting it get to me and making the rest of my day bad because of whatever they have going on.
Right.
I can't control it. So I can control my reaction now to them. He can come in and I can just be like, all right, have a nice day, and not let it bug me the rest of the day. And then my day's better from it because I'm not letting it bring everything down around me, which is what I used to do when I would close all the time.
Yeah.
I'd have like a bad customer like 7, and then until midnight I was just pissed because this guy came in and was a
freaking
dick.
Guy.
Yeah.
You're just facing things, throwing
it would take another customer who was like the sweetest person in the
to
world
knock it off.
would flip it back around, but it shouldn't take either one. My reaction, I can choose it.
And guys, what we're trying to tell you is this. Corey had a rough past couple months of fantasy football.
That was part of it. Yeah.
See, and I turned it off last week. Done. Don't care anymore.
But for Christmas, it's all about perspective of things.
Yeah.
And you may be, you know what I do? I blame the people who keep getting you Colt stuff. Because
I can't wait to hear why.
because they don't give you any variety. And sometimes the variety is the spice of life. And you're like,
I don't need a variety of other crappy teams.
He may or may not be getting Colt stuff in a week.
Jets stuff.
Yeah, Jets.
I don't need anything to burn.
Hey, we noticed that your team's doing well, so we thought
we change it up this time.
You have to be below us still. This can't be good.
At this point, I have so much cool stuff. I'm going to choose another team. Just get rid of all this. We're going to start fresh.
It's like a create a team franchise mode in Madden. Like,
I don't know what I would still own if I got rid of all my cool stuff.
you walk into Pawn Stars. You're like, all right, so I got a trailer to load up all my Colt stuff. Okay, what you think it's worth? To me, priceless. I'm going to say like $1 billion. They're going to, we'll give you $7,500.
$7,500? That's generous.
I'm assuming you have a lot of things.
There's a lot of things, but I don't think anybody would give me $7,500 for them.
Okay, fine. $7.50.
They'd be like, maybe like $100. I'd be like, I think I'll just keep toting this all around with me.
You can drive it out to Indiana.
Yeah,
Find somebody out there.
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
That'd be an amazing retirement plan. I think this is going to kick us off. The retirement plan is this: just buy a bunch of something of one thing, go get one of those U-Hauls that you can sell out of the side, and just drive around and just sell it the rest of the time. You'd be selling vintage Colt stuff in like 20 years.
Yeah, it's not a bad plan.
Retirement. All right. Well, this recording is playing us off the stage.
The sprinkler started again.
We got to get going. We snuck into a building that will. We're in the produce department.
Lightning!
It's misting the.
No worries, we're supposed to be here. I got permission.
Don't be a jerk, or else I'm going to be absolutely bummed by it till midnight
You need
tonight.
to go face that end cap.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening.
Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy. Football. Fantasy.